Hello everyone, welcome to Research Areas series episode. Today's topic is especially on the basis of a request from one of my viewers, and the topic was not in my list of research areas, and I thank you, that person, for mentioning me to make a video on that topic. The topic is popular culture in English literature. So let's get started. Popular culture in English literature refers to the representation, critique, and exploration of everyday cultural practices, mass media, entertainment, fashion, and consumer trends within literary text. So it's like an umbrella term. Many things come under it. So this interdisciplinary field examines how literature reflects, critiques, and engages with aspects of popular culture such as movies, music, television, celebrity, sports, social media, and subcultures. Popular culture studies in literature often explore the relationship between how between high and low culture, the influence of media, and the role of consumerism in shaping identity and societal values. The key themes in popular culture studies are media and mass culture. For example, in Don DeLillo's White Noise, it examines the pervasive influence of media and television on contemporary life, focusing on how mass culture creates a sense of fear and confusion. Second theme is consumerism and materialism. Bret Easton Ellis' American Psycho satirizes the consumerist culture of the 1980s, particularly focusing on the obsession with material possessions and image. Next is celebrity culture. We have already discussed about it. Celebrity culture. And one of the example is Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. And it critiques the allure of wealth and fame, portraying Jay Gatsby as a figure shaped by the celebrity culture of his time. Next is music and subcultures. For example, Hanif Qureshi's The Buddha of Suburbia explores British punk and rock music, as well as the multicultural and subcultural movements of the 1970s, critiquing identity formation and class struggle. Next is social media and the digital age. Jennifer Egan's A Visit from the Goon Squad delves into the impact of digital technology on personal relationships and cultural production, reflecting on the fragmented nature of the modern world. Next theme is nostalgia for popular culture. In High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, the protagonist reflects on his life through the lens of music, demonstrating how popular culture shapes his emotional experiences and relationships. Next is identity and popular culture. In The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Dice, the protagonist's identity is shaped by his love for comic books, science fiction, and other elements of geek culture, reflecting the ways popular culture informs self-identity. Next theme is political and social commentary. In George Orwell's 1984, the dangers of mass surveillance and the manipulation of truth in a dystopian society, it draws the parallels with the role of media in contemporary culture. Next is the commodification of art and literature. In Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, books are banned in a society obsessed with superficial entertainment, critiquing the loss of intellectual depth in favor of mass produced, mindless culture. And the last theme is fantasy and escapism in popular culture. In Ready Player One by Ernst Klein, the virtual reality world of Oasis represents a form of escapism from the dystopian reality. The characters inhabit exploring the intersection of digital culture and personal identity. So, some of the notable works and authors related to popular culture studies are The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, White Noise by Don DeLillo, American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz, Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and London Fields by Martin Amis. Now let's see the critical approaches in popular culture studies. First of all, culture studies itself, then Marxist criticism, postmodernism, psychoanalysis, feminist and queer theory, and new historicism. Next is notable scholars and theorists related to this area: Stuart Hall, Dick Hebditch, Angela McRovey, Henry Jenkins, and John Story. Now let's see some of the key terms related to popular culture studies. Mass culture, consumerism, intertextuality, cultural hegemony, subculture, celebrity culture, media representation, fandom, myth-making, hybridization, postmodernism, passagey, cultural capital, pop iconography, globalization, digital culture, cultural imperialism, nostalgia, urban culture, and popular fiction. Now we are coming to the important section of our episode, that is a possible research topics related to this area, that is popular culture studies. Okay. So first topic is the interplay of high and popular culture in postmodern literature. Here you have to analyze how postmodern novels blur the boundaries between high art and popular culture, exploring the implications for literary value and meaning. Second is consumerism and mass culture in 20th century American fiction. Explore how American authors critique consumerism and mass culture in novels, particularly in relation to identity and societal change. Next is the influence of digital culture on contemporary young adult literature. Study how digital technologies, social media, and internet culture shape the narratives, characters, and themes of young adult fiction. Next is the role of fandom in contemporary literary reception. Here you have to investigate the impact of fan culture on the reception, interpretation, and adaptation of literary works in the age of social media and online communities. Next topic is celebrity and consumerism in 21st century dystopian fiction. Explore how dystopian novels critique celebrity culture and consumerism in the context of futuristic or authoritarian societies. Next is globalization and the hybridization of popular culture in post-colonial literature. Study how post-colonial authors represent the influence of globalized popular culture on local traditions, identities, and narratives. Next is the representation of subcultures in British punk literature. Analyze how British punk subculture is depicted in literature, focusing on themes of rebellion, identity, and social class. Next topic is the role of myth making in contemporary fantasy literature. Investigate how modern fantasy authors draw on and rework popular cultural myths to create new narratives that reflect contemporary concerns. Next is nostalgia and popular culture in 1980s and 1990s American literature. Here you have to explore how American authors use nostalgia for earlier decades, especially through references to music, television, and fashion to critique modern society. Next topic is urban culture and popular media in African American literature. Examine how African American authors portray urban life and its intersection with popular culture, including music, fashion, and media. Next is cultural hegemony and resistance in Latin American literature. Analyze how Latin American writers engage with and resist the dominance of Western popular culture in their narratives. Next is pop iconography in contemporary graphic novels. Study how graphic novels use symbols from popular culture to address social, political, and cultural issues, blurring the line between art and entertainment. Next is the impact of cultural imperialism on indigenous literature. Explore how indigenous authors respond to the imposition of Western popular culture and media, and how they reclaim and reimagine cultural identity. Next is postmodern passage and popular culture in the works of Thomas Pynchon. Investigate Pynchon's use of passage and references to popular culture as a critique of consumerism and cultural fragmentation. And the last topic is the evolution of popular fiction genres in the digital age. Analyze how popular fiction genres such as romance, science fiction, and fantasy have evolved in response to digital culture and changes in readership. Okay, hope today's episode was helpful for you guys, especially the one who requested for me to do a video on this topic. So, since this popular culture is an umbrella term, you have to narrow it down. If you are doing research on this area, you have to narrow it down again to come up with a new topic. Then only you will be able to do the right research. You will get the research gap. Yes. So best of luck with all those who are doing research, and I'll come with another topic on next video. And thank you for listening. Bye.